Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Poncho, back at you again with another video. Now, this next story that I'm about to cover takes place in Greenwich, southeast London, and this story just goes to show you how 1 minute you can literally be with us and in a split second you're gone due to knife crime. Now, the murder itself had actually taken place in 2019, and we know over the last decade 2019 was the worst year for homicides in London, and it's incidences like this that show you the carelessness and the brutality of these knife attacks that happen in London. So today, a man has been convicted of murder after an attempted robbery escalated and ended with a fatal stabbing of a 22-year-old man. Shackim Purnell-Taylor, 19, born 2nd of May 2000, of Gunyard Mews, SE 18, was found guilty today on Friday the 10th of January of the murder of Leo Marcus following a trial at the Old Bailey. And I just want to take this time out before we get into the story just to say rest in peace to Leo. My thoughts and condolences go out to anyone who's been affected by the situation. At an earlier hearing, he had pleaded guilty to possession of an offensive weapon, namely a knife, and robbery. He's due to be sentenced on Wednesday the 15th of January at the Old Bailey, and as always, I'll keep you guys updated on this situation. The court had heard how last year on the 10th of July 2019, Purnell-Taylor had left his address in Greenwich shortly after 2:30 p.m. and walked a short distance to Tellson Avenue, SE 18. It's then thought that Purnell-Taylor had received a call informing him a drugs courier would be attending the area. It was Purnell-Taylor's intention to rob him. Having seen Leo arrive on a bicycle at the location and entering an alleyway off Tellson Avenue, Purnell-Taylor armed himself with a knife, followed him, and immediately attacked him, injuring him with the knife. It's not actually confirmed if the drugs courier was Leo, and I'm not going to jump to conclusions because I'm only going on what information's currently out there, and there isn't any implications that is to say Leo was the drugs courier. He grabbed Leo from behind, stealing a rucksack from him before running out of the alleyway and taking Leo's bike. As he tried to cycle off, Leo emerged from the alley and knocked Purnell-Taylor off the bike. A struggle ensued between the two men, during which Purnell-Taylor stabbed Leo 6 times. He then picked up Leo's phone and fled the scene on foot, and Leo's bag was left in the street. So it goes to show you that if Leo was the drugs courier, then surely Purnell-Taylor would have picked the bag up and took the bag, because surely the drugs would have been in the bag. So if this is the case and it was a mistaken identity, then it's extremely unfortunate that he's lost his life over something that literally had nothing to do with him. Purnell-Taylor then returned home to change his clothes before leaving the area. Leo collapsed and called out for help. He was assisted by members of the public until emergency services arrived. Leo was rushed to hospital, but unfortunately could not survive his injuries, and he died later on that evening. An investigation was launched by homicide detectives from Specialist Crime, and following analysis of CCTV from the area, Purnell-Taylor was identified as the assailant. He was traced to an address in Kennerton and arrested on the 14th of July 2019, and when arrested, he had a cut on his hand. He had claimed he had done it while cooking, but the injury had been sustained during the fight with Leo. In police interviews, he refused to answer questions about the incident, only saying that he did not intentionally recognize the location when shown images of the scene. But CCTV, along with phone evidence, placed him at the scene, and he was charged with Leo's murder. Detective Sergeant Rob Tickle from Specialist Crime South led the investigation, and he said, "I'm pleased with the unanimous guilty verdict reached today, and that the jury saw through Purnell-Taylor's claims that he acted in self-defense. He did no such thing. Leo Marcus died at his hands, the victim of an opportunist and violent street robber, who I have no doubt set out that day carrying a kitchen knife with every intention of using it, and did just that with devastating consequences. Leo's death was a horrific tragedy for him and for his family, a waste of a promising young life. His family's dignity throughout the process has been deeply impressive to any of us who have seen it, but it's very clear that the composure conceals searing emotions which we can only guess at, but which those of us who have not lost a child can barely begin to comprehend or understand. I would like to pay tribute to the members of public and to the emergency service who worked so hard in attempting to save Leo's life, and also highlight the dedication and relentlessness of the murder team detectives who worked tirelessly to bring Purnell-Taylor to justice for Leo's family. And that's the story of Leo Marcus. Now, Shackim Purnell-Taylor will be getting sentenced on the 15th of January, and as always, I'll keep you guys updated. Now again, there isn't currently any information out there that points to Leo being the drugs courier, so from the information that I've got, it does look like a wrong place, wrong time kind of situation, and that is really sad that Leo's been mistaken for a drugs courier. And again, I just want to say rest in peace to Leo. He really didn't deserve what's happened to him, and my thoughts and condolences go out to anybody who's been affected by the situation. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. Give the video a little like. If you want the latest drill, music and street news out of the UK, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Poncho, and I'm out.